Crisis. Chinese dissident and artist Ai Weiwei has long tackled politically sensitive subjects. In alleged retaliation for works criticizing the Chinese government, he was arrested and beaten and had his passport confiscated. In 2014, although he could not travel, Ai designed a massive groundbreaking exhibit that was installed on Alcatraz Island in the San Francisco Bay. The exhibit targeted incarceration, the treatment of Native Americans, and the definition of freedom. Now, his latest film, HumanFlow, takes on the global refugee crisis. KQED's Monica Lam spoke with Ai Weiwei when he was in San Francisco recently.
Ai Weiwei, artist, activist. Your film, HumanFlow, documents massive human migration due to war, violence, disaster. What did you learn from making this film?
What I have learned is very simple. Among these 65 million refugees, there's no single one is willing to leave their home. They all struggle not to leave with very heavy price they have to pay. Their relatives, friends, or whole village vanished by war, by famine, or environmental problems.
United States President Donald Trump has cut in half, in fact, more than half, the number of refugees allowed in this country. What is your reaction to that?
I think at the current administration, what they did is beyond belief.
More than ever, we need the wall. We have drugs pouring through.
I should say it's shameful. A nation like the United States, which is the most powerful, not only leading in the economics, but should be the strongest nation in defending human rights. After all, U.S. is a nation of migrants. Just a few generations ago, we all come from somewhere.
Absolutely.
I never met a native here.
Let's talk about your home country, China. What do you think China should be doing to help resolve this crisis?
China is gradually become a super economic power, and a lot they should do. Even domestically, China has human rights issues to solve. Like Tibetans cannot get a passport to travel. I mean, to limit somebody's rights to move is almost the same as to push someone to leave their home.
The officials came here and told them, look, there's no way you're going to get papers to continue. Either you go voluntarily or we arrest you.
A lot of your work takes aim right at the heart of power, the Chinese government, corruption, and here at Alcatraz, the prison system. Do you think those in power are listening?
I know it's very hard to make a power listening, but that's why those voices are so necessary.
The children need to go to school. Majority of them, last 5 years, didn't go to school even one day.
And basically, all those mistakes or those tragedies are made by human.
There is no bath, no showering facilities. The hygienic situation is very bad.
So if we don't want to be part of shameful condition, then leave us no choice to make our sound to be heard.
Do you think you're encouraging those in power to change or just making them look like fools, or is it the same thing?
I think we have to consider they're also human beings, of course. You know, we talk about the issues relate to everybody. You know, they all have families, have children. You know, it's different ways of communication. So I have to believe in this kind of struggle.
In your film, there's a scene of a man walking through a graveyard, and he's lost many of his loved ones. He's really speaking from his heart, just as an individual person. For people watching the film, what can they do about this?
First, I think we often talk about the crisis without asking why those people are in such a tragic journey. There's so many wars, Iraq war, Afghanistan war, Syria war. And we also see we are selling extremely dangerous weapons to dangerous locations. Big profit are made by United States or European leading nations. And we cannot pretend we are naive on those issues.
You call yourself an artist and activist. Do you also see yourself as a journalist?
I have a journalist card as a reporter, because if I go to those nations to interview people, often I have to have something protect me. So yes, I'm a journalist also. I did a lot of investigations, asked really tough questions, and trying to get some facts out.
Thank you very much, Ai Weiwei.
Thank you.
Trailer, which takes us to Iraq, Jordan, Gaza, northern Greece, and Kenya.
Being a refugee is much more than a political status. It is the most pervasive kind of cruelty that can be exercised against a human being. You are forcibly robbing this human being of all aspects that would make human life not just tolerable but meaningful in many ways.
The more immune you are to people's suffering, that's very, very dangerous. It's critical for us to maintain this humanity.
Over 65 million people in the world today have been forcibly displaced from their homes.
I've been roaming endlessly with my son for 60 days now. Nobody has shown us the way. Where am I supposed to start my new life?
If children grow up without any hope, without any prospects for the future, without any sense of them being able to make something out of their lives, then they will become very vulnerable to all sorts of exploitation, including radicalization.
Why are you here?
We went for a stroll.
For fun. It's the only place to escape in the big prison of Gaza.
The officials came here and told them, look, there's no way you're going to get papers to continue. Either you go voluntarily or we arrest you.
Witness the global journey of millions of men, women, and children. Filmed across 23 countries.
I respect
When does it open?
I respect the passport and I respect.
It's going to be a big challenge to recognize that the world is shrinking and people from different religions, different cultures are going to have to learn to live with each other.
That's the trailer for the new documentary HumanFlow. It's directed by Ai Weiwei, the internationally renowned Chinese artist. He'll be back with us live.